Alright. Yep, it's working. So I'm really bored. I'm gonna play some more. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's jump into it. This is Shigure. Was what she told me when I finally blah, blah. Can I restart? No. Was what she told me when I was finally able to get in touch with her. Without any margin of negotiation space, I was struck down. But Shigure, even if you say that, I don't think Tokala and Vanilla will. Would you whisper this morning's sweet nothings? What does that mean? Don't make it sound like it's a daily ritual or something. In any case. Ah, wait, Shigure. Oh, it is. Seriously? As the ruthless electronic buzz of the dropped call echoed, I stared at my cell phone. And here I thought that I could sort all this out if I could just talk to Shigure. I don't actually know if I'm saying Shigure right. I'm just trying my best. I did some minor research on this game, and it turns out the one on Steam doesn't have, or like the super 18 plus stuff, so you know, gonna have to download it illegally to get down that good shit. So Matsu's breakfast always tastes good. The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches incidentally contained tomato, cheese, and lettuce. With an over-easy fried egg tucked inside all of that, it was a simple meal. Breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay? Stop with the deliberately misleading words. I signed at the happy-go-lucky mile. What was that noise? I took the opportunity to fill the empty glasses with milk. Oh, okay. The eating habits of cat girls are pretty much the same as those of humans, so that part was straightforward. Of course, what they liked and disliked depended on each individual cat girl. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today, I really do have to start Today, I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery's opening, too. That's why I don't have time to relax and play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I said that to them, with the sandwich in my hands, and she put her sandwich down on her plate, and just like yesterday, she looked at me with upturned eyes. Yeah, it's a problem. I answered her clearly. Oh my god, did music change? And look at her eyes. Her shoulders drooped more than before. The ears which sat atop her head drooped down downheartedly too. Oh my god, the ears. Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look on with concern. When do we get to meet the other cat girls? The pain from last night. Oh my god. Pricked at my heart again. I tilted the already cooled coffee cup as my emotions dulled, unimpeded by my judgment. Oh, it's a close-up. Besides, are you going to confess, you 9-month-old cat girl? Her usually always perky ears were drooping. Chokala was speaking clearly under her own volition. Fucking animation. I think I want to be here too. Vanilla's usually frank expression did not change. Oh, that was useful. However, she showed me her strong determination. I don't remember Chokala or Vanilla ever being this disobedient. That thought strayed at the back of my mind. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. That understood? Question mark? I don't understand. I lost track. There was so much inner monologue. Who could that possibly be? She smiled brightly and brought out the invoice along with a pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over the sales invoice I received once more. Somehow this doesn't look like what I ordered. No, the stuff I ordered is in here too, but I looked over the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside my tiny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain. Oh boy. It was as if the inside of the bakery had become completely made of boxes. As you can see, we don't need this much tableware inside the bakery. Accept this order. From all this, the mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at a loss for words. But I'm confused. What's actually happening? Every box was of equal size. I wouldn't know what was inside each of them without opening them up. On top of that, looking at the sales invoice, I could see that they all contained expensive tea sets and tableware. And if I accepted it all, it would be a lot of work to do with all the new items. There's still things that need doing in advance of my bakery's open, so I don't mind accepting these. But it's gonna take a while to deal with all of this. Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From looks of it, it would take 2 hours or more, but to have it re-delivered would take double the effort too. Oh man, look at them. That's gross. I don't like them hanging on the side there. That's right, I have a lifeline. Oh, it hurts. Beautiful door sound. I'm exhausted. I glanced at the table where we had finished organizing, lowered myself into a chair and relaxed my shoulders. Oh my god, her walking towards you is the worst. I downed my tea with one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal tableware had arrived. What, did I read that right? I don't know. Soon, I really had to get the bakery ready for its opening. I did say I needed any help I could find. And I really did need help this time. I could sense the praise me aura coming from Chokala. She had a wide smile on her face and was ready. It was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks. I couldn't have done it without you two. Man, I don't understand how people love this so much. Did this bitch not do anything? Oh my god. Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They leaned forward towards me for emphasis. It is true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem. But that's a different issue than the one from before. You two have to go back home. Besides, it's not like I could ask you two to work for me or anything, okay? Oh man, that was so much animation. It's worth money I pay for this game alone. Her shoulders drooped along with her hair, with her ears and her tail. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked disheartened. I bet you I'm gonna feel that pain in my heart again. She trudged up to the second floor, still dejected. Chokala isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy, but even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. It was all the more with how much she cared for me. She spoke quietly in her usual way. Vanilla tilted her head as she asked that question. You two aren't bad cat girls, and that's why I can't have you stay here. It's because you two are good cat girls that I can't allow it. Oh, time to be bad cat girls. She blinked as she took in my words. It was almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She stared directly at me long and hard. I mean, what are you, 12 years old? I mean, 9 months old. It's gonna be hard to understand shit. You don't have a fully developed brain yet. Vanilla. With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared, and before long I couldn't hear them anymore. Humans are hard to understand. Huh? Inside the bakery, now devoid of anyone but myself, I repeated those words she had just said to me. Now that I think about it, it's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? That's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cats do not understand that. Having heard that said aloud, I began to understand what it really meant. It must be pretty nice to live the simple life of a cat girl, huh? I pondered as I looked at the name of the bakery affixed to the window. With a bitter smile, I began to clean up the tea sets that had arrived earlier. Man, I'm so... This is terrible. Oh, no takoyaki for you. Just like yesterday, we took a walk to the park in the evening. However, the food stand was nowhere to be found. It just so happened that there was no one home on the day I decided to take the two cat girls home. I had also happened to leave the house key behind, So to make good use of time, I went to do some shopping before Shigure got home. That isn't the right word at all. Chokala, if you're tired, why don't we rest for a bit? There's no need for you to apologize. She had a troubled smile on her face as she nodded. It was pretty clear why she wasn't in good spirits. That's why there was nothing I could really say to her. Well, there happens to be a bench over there, so why don't we rest for a bit? Ah, thanks. Something for everyone, okay? I handed Vanilla some change and offered the bench to Chokala. Oh dude, it's like someone drew it. It's not just cutouts. The constant sea breeze rustled the trees in the park. All that could be heard throughout the empty park were the quiet sounds of nature. I silently sat down next to the disheartened Chokala. Like the gently setting sun, time passed by slowly. Her voice was so quiet that I wasn't quite sure if I had heard her or not. Even so, she answered clearly. Without saying a word, I responded by gently rubbing Chokala's head. Yeah. Yeah. It's the classic anime, dude. I'm tearing up. Her voice trembled as she frantically wiped away her tears. I'm wiping mine away too. She stifled her sobbing and her voice became strained. She looked pained as she did her best to hold back her emotions, biting her lips. I held back my irresponsible words that were on the brink of coming out with all my strength. Yeah, of course, I will. This is some like Clanad music, dude. I'm emotional. I'm welling up. I was frustrated at myself for saying nothing. I was empty. I could only offer condolences that could not be put into words. I rubbed Chokala's head as gently as I could. I don't really think I am kind at all. Before? Chokala closed her eyes and smiled. Do you remember when Chokala and Vanilla... Oh wait, why am I saying her words? I'm so fucking confused. I hate this. Oh, of course I remember that. Oh, it was a cold day half a year ago. Oh, that was half a year ago? Chokala and Vanilla were huddled together crying by the side of the road. They were still so young they couldn't even speak yet. Oh wait, you mean when you found them. It was that day that I embraced their small cold bodies and took them home with me. There was no way I could simply forget that important day when our family grew. Oh, I thought this was in the past. That would really move things along for me. I don't like these characters. In the beginning, you two really couldn't get used to things at home. You two wouldn't eat at all, which really worried Shigure. I started to hear a tiny bit of laughter in her voice as we reminisced about the past. Ah, I definitely do remember that. It was a few days after we brought Chokala and Vanilla home. Oh, look at them, they're so small and I mean, if they weren't lollies already, now they're really, really small. Is there a difference between like a 12-year-old lolly and then like a 5-year-old one? Because that's like It's a pretty big difference. I mean, in Japan, it's probably a difference. It was a few days after we brought Chakala and Vanilla home. At that point, they'd only occasionally drink some water, and as always, they didn't really touch their food. The combination of malnourishment and cold weather had really begun to weaken their bodies. They both developed high fevers and were in pain. Loneliness from what though? Didn't he just save you from the streets? Oh, this was on the street, right? It's alright, I'm with you too, so don't worry. I wish that her tear-filled eyes would not spill over. Those tears were filled with anxiety, sadness, and happiness. She smiled all she could before me. She said that with the faintest of smiles, one that seemed as if it would disappear at any moment. Those words were gentle and warm, but there was also an undeniable sadness and emptiness mixed in with them. Chokala, I was the one she was saying all this to. Even so, the only thing I could say back to her was her name. I get it, we're gonna finish this and then she's gonna live with us. It's gonna happen. Just, you know. Chakala voiced her feelings clearly once again, and barely kept her tears from overflowing. Chakala, if you could be with me. I was engulfed by my inner thoughts, which were ready to overflow. And this guy is he's gonna have the time of his life. 2 lollycat girls, is that not the dream? She yearned for me so earnestly, for her to so innocently believe in me. There should be no reason for me to be against it. That day, Chokala and Vanilla became an important part of my family. As long as they were with me, the days would be bright and enjoyable. I was simply selfish for just leaving home like that. I didn't want to get my dear family wrapped up in my selfishness, or have them experience any unnecessary hardship because of me. You two are important to me after all. My inner conflict was disrupted by Vanilla. Vanilla had returned at some point, and she also looked straight at me as she sat on Chakala's side. She just wants to be the third wheel. Vanilla,
迷惑かけたって一緒にいたい。それでも一緒にいたいものだと思う。私たちが幸せかどうかなんていくらご主人でも。
I think I've learned what true happiness is from these cat girls. Besides, well, we can rent out like love hotel rooms and then we can service clients and that'll probably bring in some income, I'm sure, in the tough times. It was as if a gentle woman saw a smile. Alright. We had a hiccup. Let's do it. We back. Had become the setting sun. These uncharacteristic words from vanilla deeply penetrated and seeped into my heart. There was not even the faintest bit of hesitation. They were such honest and absolutely straightforward words. Who am I to dictate Chocala and Vanilla's happiness? Only those words continued to strongly resonate in my mind, which was otherwise empty. She was on the verge of tears. But Chocala's face lit up. They were nothing but absolutely pure, genuine words. Humans really are at a loss for words when it comes to cat girls, huh? Saying no to their words was not something I could bring myself to do. It won't be like it was back at home. You can't just live here however you like, got it? The dreary moment seemed to be blown away by a dazzling smile. Despite all of this talk about family, perhaps I was the one that didn't really believe in it. Thinking about all of this from their perspective, it was very simple, although I thought it was all still so immature. Perhaps cat girls were more human than humans were when it came to honesty. From here on out, we need to do our best together. It didn't even sound like she said all that in that like one sentence, but okay. A4 grade is fine as long as it's Matsuzaka beef. Jesus, man. Take me away! Is this all you guys have been eating at home? Even if the road ahead of us is uncertain. I lovingly rub their heads, disheveling their hair. This guy is a real cunt, he always dishevels their bloody hair. Alright, why don't we head back to the shopping district then? We have to go buy that shampoo that you guys like, don't we? Well, today is a celebration, so why not? Just this once, okay? This was the beginning to a bright new life, and together with the happy and high-spirited with the happy and high-spirited Chocala and Vanilla. We took the first steps toward it. Oh, that's sweet. Nice, we did it. We can stop. I think. Is this white? The screen is just white. I think. Did it break? Did the game break? Hello? Oh, so this must be where we get to do things, right? I don't actually know. We should stop here.